Good morning. It is Friday, September 18th, 2020. I'm back here for Bed Talk number 129. And if you look behind me in this picture, in this image, you might say we're going to talk about football today, but we are not. What we're going to talk about is leadership. Real leadership, meaningful leadership, impactful leadership, I believe is world-changing leadership, and the dangers on the opposite ends of that kind of leadership. So this picture, if you don't know him, is a gentleman by the name of Dak Prescott, D-A-K Prescott. He's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. And last week, he came out on Suicide Prevention Day and opened up publicly, very vulnerably, very authentically, about his struggles with depression during this year. His brother committed suicide. That's why he was talking about this on Suicide Prevention Day. He talked about how he had struggled with the death of his brother from suicide, and how during COVID and all that came with it, including the death of his brother, he'd been struggling with depression, not able to get out of bed, not able to work out. To me, it was a beautiful display of vulnerability, authenticity, and here's the word, leadership. He was demonstrating and modeling incredible leadership. And what did he get for that? The next day on ESPN, one of their announcers by the name of Skip Bayless went on the air. And I'll let you go listen to it. Go find it. Just search Skip Bayless and Dak Prescott. And what Skip Bayless said is, he said, you're probably going to all think I'm cold-hearted. I don't think he's cold-hearted. I think he's completely wrong, and I think he is dangerous. Yes, dangerous. Because what he said is, Dak Prescott shouldn't have shared that because he is the CEO of America's football team. He is the leader of the football team. And without saying these words, what he was saying is leaders don't share those things because people are looking up to him. And what Skip Bayless has completely missed, and so many leaders in this world, in this country have missed, is that people are looking up to leaders who are human. And Dak Prescott acknowledged his humanness and his humanity. And that, to me, is leadership. So many of our people, most of our people, are not looking for a strong leader. They're looking for someone who lets them know that they're okay, that suffering through challenges in their lives is normal, and that they are okay, and they are not weird, they are not separate. And when a leader opens up like that, their people have the opportunity to feel more human, to feel the compassion through the sharing, that shared experience of life, whatever that experience is. So I applaud Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott showed great, profound, impactful leadership. And Skip Bayless, while he labeled as cold-hearted or potentially cold-hearted, engaged in a shaming process. So I say shame on Skip Bayless. And I rarely say that word. It's a word I avoid, but I say that to Skip Bayless because shame on him, because what he said is dangerous. What he said is backwards. What he said is wrong. Real leadership, leadership that matters, where people trust their leader, where people want to follow their leader. They will follow them into the fires of whatever the challenge is when someone opens up like Dak Prescott. If you can't tell, I'm pretty animated. And I want you to imagine, I heard this story a week ago. So this is me calmed down from a week ago. And I chose not to share this message until I had calmed down. Skip Bayless's words are the words of too many leaders still in this country, in this world, in our businesses, in our communities. And it's time for more leadership like Dak Prescott. I'm not saying he's a perfect human being. In fact, he's a flawed human being. And that makes him more human. And all I know is that moment a week ago Thursday when Dak Prescott stepped out in the public light, despite the risk, despite perhaps uncertainty and doubts, and said, I'm struggling, and I have struggled. Allowed others to say, I struggle too. And that's what leaders do. Leaders create communities of people committed to each other, not because they're perfect, not because they have it together, but because they don't have it together, and that they have struggles every day at work, at home, in their family, in their relationships, and in their world. So I say, Bravo, Dak Prescott, and shame on you, Skip Bayless. And my hope is those of you who hear this will walk away saying, I want to be more like Dak Prescott. Have a great weekend. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. By all means, stay connected.